Okay, guys, hopefully you guys will find me here. I know I saw 5 of you on the other one. I couldn't get it to start. Sorry about that. I'm new to the whole thing. I hope you guys find me. I don't know why the other one wouldn't start. It just kept spinning. Someone asked me to share it on Facebook, so I'll be right back. I don't think anyone's in there. Still, I feel like none of my stuff is working. Okay, if you want to turn that light off, you can. Anyone in here? No one's in here. Is anyone here? I don't see anyone on here though, so I'm waiting still. I'm trying to let people know on Facebook where I'm at, so if you're wondering. Okay, I hope that works. Anyone? Yay, there's people in here. Hopefully other people find it. Thank you for joining me. I don't know what happened to the scheduled one because that's the link that I shared all over, so I'm hoping other people find this as well. Hey guys, thanks for coming. I'm excited. I know I had 5 people in the other one, so there's still a few people missing, but just give them a few more minutes while we wait. I just posted it too on my Facebook. Hold on one second. I'm going to click back over. Why didn't it share on my Facebook? Okay. All right. So hopefully that's all set. I'll wait like 1 more minute and then I'll see who's in here. I guess I can pull a few cards while we wait. Do something fun while we wait for other people. Yay! There's more people found me. Hi, everyone. Hey, Ellen. Thanks for making it. I'm excited to see you in here. I just did this amazing 21-day workshop. with these most amazing people. Ellen was actually in that group. So a lot of what I'm going to be sharing today is in reference to what I learned in that group. Let's see. The cards that I'm pulling right now are just affirmation cards. This is from someone local in the Illinois area. I like to share them. It's by Kimberly Marie. Hey, all. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, January and John, and everyone who commented. Doesn't want to give me an affirmation yet. All right, I'll start soon. All right. The first affirmation we got is, I am excited about the life I am creating. The rest flew on the ground. And I am not defined by others. I know who I am and all I am capable of. This is perfect for the energy that I'm currently feeling. I keep reminding myself that I'm not defined by any of my past or by anyone else. And I am committed to my goals. All right, so I'm going to start. The current energy that I'm feeling is about the Libra new moon. The Libra new moon is in Aries. So we got Libra is represented by the Empress card. The Empress is one who is ready to give birth. She is known as the divine feminine. She's very balanced. So she's all of the suits. So if you think she's very balanced with her spiritual, she's very balanced mentally, physically, she's in tune with herself. And the Libra new moon is in Aries, which is representative as her partner. So you got balance of divine feminine and balance of the divine masculine energies right now within you. So right now you should be feeling like everybody grows in their own way. So right now you should be realizing something about yourself in which that you are ready to head in a new you are ready to rebirth something new in your life, and you've got the confidence in order to do that. Okay, so another thing about Libra is they are these scales. So you got balance in Libra and balance in Aries, and then Libra's also the scales. But Libra also focuses on relationships. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about love relationships, but no, it's in a relationship. I actually looked it up. The definition of a relationship is the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected. It is a state of being connected. So it's like, I have this goal. I have this new birthing idea. And it could be with a partner. It could be with a relationship. It could be with yourself. It could be with source spirit. It could be with work. Okay. So mine is work. So I have this new concept idea with work, and I'm ready to birth this idea. Okay. So it's like, I have control over that relationship. I could either decide to feed it with positivity of like, I can do this, or I can live in that old story that I told myself that I was a shy little girl, that old story that told me that I'm not good enough to do this, the old story that told me that I'm a good healer, but I don't know how to read cards good enough, you know, the old story that brought me back to being like really insecure with myself. So I'm breaking my old story, and I'm using my masculine energy, and I'm pushing forward. Okay. So everyone should be feeling a sense of that relationship with the earth. Yeah, it is. It's like you have air and you have fire. And the next new moon is going to be in Taurus. So it's like right now we're like knowing these things. Like we had it in our air, we had it in our mind, and we're gaining passion, we're gaining that knowing, we're gaining like that drive to go after it. And then when the new moon comes is when you're going to see a lot more of this like being grounded in the earth. Okay. I know, like, since I am a Gemini, I'm in my head all the time. So the minute that I felt this, I was going after it. So a lot of you might be like ready to go after it once this new moon comes. So if you're not, if you aren't yet feeling the energy that you're ready to go after it, you're still like trying to balance it, that's fine. Just know when this new moon comes, that's really when it's going to be grounded in the earth. I don't know if that's what you meant about the relationship with the earth. So if you want to clarify if that's what you were meaning. That's how I took it. There's something else I want to say. Okay, so relationships. To me, the most important relationship is relationship with spirit, relationship with source energy. So I slowly but surely learned that I can trust in divine spirit. Just like if I came on, or if I was too scared to do this live, or if I'm too scared to read cards, then I'm not trusting in divine source. I've learned over the past 3 years that I have zero doubt that divine source is guiding me in my proper direction. So before coming on here, I was researching Libra energy. Since I am a Gemini, I kind of understand the air signs like that. But I was trying to research the new moon, and then Source told me literally tear up my notes, throw it all away, speak from my heart, and trust that they are going to give me what I need to know. So the first relationship, or I'm trying to explain the relationships, because during the shift of balance of self, and because I think that the last full moon, you should have been focusing a lot on yourself and noticing what needs to be changed. And then since the last full moon was also in Libra, this upcoming new moon is also in Libra, but it's at the other ending of it. So it's like last month you kind of like felt this new idea, and then this month you're ready to live it. But to me, I'm ready to live it in all aspects of my life. Like I'm growing more spiritually, I'm growing more into myself. I'm growing in more with even work relationships, and even my friendships, and even my like family ships, if you want to call them. So it's something that I've been working on a lot. And one way that I work on relationships, and even a relationship with my phone, I'm trying to not use my phone so much as like fun downtime. I'm trying to focus more as my phone as like work time. So you are creating bonds and relationships with everything, not just people. If you've ever been to one of my workshops, one of the things that I talk about a lot is the vibration scale. A lot of you might have already known about it. But if you don't know about it, one way to create a positive relationship with anything, with spirit, with yourself, with other people around you, is to stay at the higher end of the scale. If you don't know, the higher end is enlightenment, peace, joy, love, reason, acceptance, willingness, neutrality, and courage. So the bottom end of it is like pride, anger, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, and shame. So I'm always trying to create from a higher space of like love and light. And that is with spirit. So if I was to tell spirit, like, yes, I know as a fact, of divine timing is, and know as a fact that you've been guiding me, but I'm too scared to do that, then I'm creating blocks to my source. I'm creating blocks to my growth. So, all right. So that's the energy report of what's going on. So if people want to start commenting, I can start to pull cards for you guys. And I want to thank everyone for coming. And if you haven't liked my YouTube page yet, if you want to like it, share it, subscribe. I don't know. Sometimes I heard that the chat's kind of delayed. Monet is here. I just saw the name now, Monet. She's another one from my group. You guys are amazing. That group was so okay. So if anyone doesn't know Nubian Divine, Nubian does these amazing portal workshops. So Ellen and Monet is from those workshops. So everyone in there, we just built kind of like a bond, and we grew so much together. Speaking about that group, one thing that I realized in that group that held me back in life was my insecurity of myself. Okay. And I've been like a shy little girl, like even talking on the live the first day, I was like sitting there, Nubian's like, everyone's going to have to come on. Everyone's going to have to say their name. Seriously, my heart was like, like I was like ready to die. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And now here I am live on YouTube, because I kept telling myself, like, where is this insecurity coming from? And then it brought me to, like, as I was this little girl, I was like the shy little girl, like holding on to my mom's leg, and I didn't want to let go. And then that brought me as to why was I that shy little girl? So I asked the universe to like show me why I was, and to give me signs so I could, since I am an air sign, I need to understand it. Like I'm so mental that once I can understand it and see it, it helps me to clear it more. So the universe showed me that by other people, even though they probably don't consciously know or are like knowingly do this to me, they are insecure in themselves. And that insecurity is projected at you. So I'm trying to think of an example without being so straightforward, just in case the person listens. Let's just say I know the person who made this deck of cards, okay? And the day that her deck of cards is launched, I make a post like, you know, I don't need a deck of cards. What good are they going to do me? Or let's just say like a person is shy, and rather than trying to come from a place of understanding or trying to help to figure out why a person is insecure and shy, you just like kind of don't accept them. And you're like, why are you shy? I don't get it. Like, I don't grasp it. So for like 44 years of my life, I've been having projections come at me, and I wasn't strong enough to be like, I actually pulled that card. I pulled it earlier. It was perfect for me. I am not defined by others. I know who I am, and I am capable, and what I am capable of. Okay. So I was defining myself even as a little 3-year-old little girl of like how scared I was. Okay. So then I started to tell myself a new story. So I'm being very aware of how I also project onto others. I have noticed lately, like, even if I'm insecure, like if someone doesn't understand me as a healer, if someone doesn't understand me, I just want to like, I think it's good to naturally share myself in a natural way. But when I started to realize like I was doing it on like a way to prove myself, I realized that it was me projecting my insecurities at someone else, you know? So I'm being very careful of noticing when people are projecting at me and noticing when I am doing it to others. Is this the right time to find a new job? And how can I become a universal healer? All right, so I'm going to start with it. Is it the right time to find a new job? Is it the right time to find a new job? I think in this energy, it would be the perfect time to find a new job, but I think you would be guided. You would be in like a knowing of it. I'm just going to go by like the personal energy I'm feeling, and then I'm actually going to use cards to answer. But it's like right now, I work a 9-to-5 job. I don't mind it, but I feel the energy moving. Like I feel like I have to get out here more. I have to do more of what I'm meant here to do on earth. So I'm trying to do lives. I'm trying to do more workshops. I'm trying to do kids workshops. I have like oracle cards. I want to make a deck of oracle cards. So I wrote out, I have all the cards already done, like what I want to do. So right now it's just a concept in my head. So it's like, if you're ready, if you're knowingly going to shift that way, it doesn't always have to happen at once. It's like I don't have to quit my 9 to 5 and struggle. You know, it might be like hard to like have so much work to go at once, you know, but I think eventually my old job hopefully will drift away and this one will keep rising. So let me ask for you about a job. First card that jumped out was a soulmate card. Now, we can have soulmates of all kinds. Like, I even think work can be karmic, or work can be here to teach us something. The 3 cards that came out for you about your job right now is a soulmate card, the round and round card, and I'll explain these in a minute. I just want you to get a good look at them. And then chaos and conflict. So I think everything to me works off of your inner vibration. Okay, so let's just say like I tried to create this YouTube page years ago and I wasn't yet ready for it, or my old job is supposed to teach me something. Then even if I get a new job, you might, if you don't learn the karmic lesson of what you're meant to learn, you might just find a new job that falls into the same thing. I'm gonna switch this over to like let's just say my whole life. It's easy for me to describe things through love than through work, but they can both go hand in hand. Let's just say I would date a person. In my whole life, I didn't know my self-worth and my self-love. I didn't know proper discernment, which that would just create karmic lessons for me, round and round, round and round. I would just keep going and going and going. And then that would lead to utter conflict and chaos in my life. So it's like you have this pattern somewhere in your work. Maybe it is the same pattern. Maybe you don't know your self-worth, or maybe you aren't on your divine path. Like maybe you aren't having that self-confidence. And until you do, you're just going to keep creating this in your work environment. Now, I don't think like my 9 to 5, I don't really have this, you know, so I think as long as you're on your divine path and you're learning those karmic lessons, you can have both. I'm going to pull a card off of my homemade deck that I made right before this for you about work. All right, so the first one that we got is the money card, which you could have a money block. I worked on my inner blocks to abundance, which happened to go back to like a past life of mine. So I don't know if you've ever done past life work, but somewhere you are, or either that or money is driving you, which it kind of drives me to in a sense, because I have children. So in order to keep this house over my head, I can't really let go of my 9 to 5. Like if I didn't have to pay this job, or pay this rent and my car and, you know, feed my family, I would let that 9 to 5 go. So in a way, like money does lead me, but I'm also staying true to my divine self. So focus on that. Abandonment is coming up for you as a block. And then I put in here a divine masculine in his like upright energy and his divine masculine in his lower energy. And right now I am pulling the like divine masculine is lower energy, which also could be in alignment with that greed or trying to push something too hard, being too logical, not being in line with your, trying to see what they're trying to tell me. Hold on. You need to tap more into your divine feminine side when it becomes your work. See how source wants to lead you. And if you ever want a private reading, just let me know. January, how can I become a universal healer? Universal healer, I mean, I think you become a better healer is when you start to do the inner work yourself. So the more and more that you work on yourself, this is like a new tool that I'm trying to give everyone. When you feel off, any sense of off, rather it be anger, guilt, shame, sadness, like pain, anything at all, any lower energy, I want you to write it down. Write down the lower energy that you're feeling and why. Like before doing this live, everything would have been attached to insecurity, fear, insecurity, fear. So like you, by becoming in tune with what you're feeling and your sense of what you're feeling, hey, that can really help expand you to know what you need to heal. So you write down what lower emotion that you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and say to yourself, what do I need to do in the now to like transform that energy? One that I like to use a lot is road rage was one of my huge ones. So what would I have to use now to let go of the road rage? But that doesn't go back to childhood, but maybe it could. But like a way to example is like, I don't want to do card readings. So what does that go back to? It goes back to insecurity. What do I need to do in the now in order to let that go? I need to push through that fear. I need to face that insecurity. And then I need to take the time to reflect. When was the first time I ever felt this? Go back to childhood. When is the first time I ever felt this insecurity and why is it there? And once you start to clear away that, once you like call in divine light and ask them for guidance on clearing that, the more and more that you clear your stuff, the more and more it's easier to see it from other people. And once you become in tune with yourself, like when I first started healing, it took source energy a while to trust me, and it took me a while to trust source energy, and it took me a while to clear out wounded ego. So it's like, I'm trying to think how to describe this. The more and more that you heal yourself within, the more spirit trusts you, and the more that you start to feel divine source with you all the time. The more and more that you release all these lower energies, you are open to receiving. Okay, I started to follow people too, like Muji. Muji always talks about that soul feeling. Like you just feel this lightness. It's like right here in your chest. It's so hard to explain. It's just like always glowing. It feels like this beautiful smile. Okay. So I was like, I don't know what he's feeling, but I want to feel it. So I started to follow him every day. So I wanted to surround myself with beautiful people. I started doing like 21-day workshops. I started following more people on YouTube who could get me to that soul place. Muji's awesome at it. So now when I first started to get to that place, it would come and go. Like the first time I ever felt that glow, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then it would go away. I'd be like, no, I want it back. But now it's almost there all the time. And if I go into it and I focus on it and I give it gratitude, it like expands so much. It's amazing. But let me see what blocks are. Let me see what messages they want to give you January about that. And I think you're in alignment, January. I think you're doing a great job. And always accept where you are. Always know, like, yeah, like it would be great. There's people who have been spiritual healers for 29 years, and it would be great if when I get there, but I'm going to enjoy where I'm at right now. I'm going to enjoy with the 6 people who are watching me live. This one. Selfhood. I feel like yourself. I feel like, okay, so this is a positive attribute. Selfhood is like knowing self. I feel like you know self. I feel like you know where you want to go in life. I feel like you're headed there. You've always been working in that direction. What negative block is she currently holding to becoming a universal healer? Doubts and insecurity. Doubts and insecurities. So maybe ask yourself, like, do you doubt that you could be a healer? And if you doubt that, that is a common block. Like, not just doubts and insecurity about self, but doubts and insecurity if spirits there supporting you. That is a very popular block. I'm going to pull from my goddess cards. I usually don't pull from these, but I got them out today for some reason, so I might have to read from the book. One more for January, and then I'll pull for someone else. So if anyone else wants to leave a comment. Dream state, yeah. One more for January, please. One more for January. That's my son's coming in. Hey, I'm doing a live.
I was going to be quiet.
Okay. Okay. And you got the Queen of Hearts, January. You know, that's going into that space, going into the feelings. Like, I'm not even going to read the book right now because look at that heart on her soul. There's a way to make that glow. So watch Muji get into those feelings, start writing them down, and start working through the relationship blocks, because relationship blocks to everything, not just to like humans, but it's like the more and more that you start setting boundaries with people, or the more and more that you start to feel at ease and not like taking other people's judgments in, that's going to open you up too. I can always send you this too, January, so you can read it later. It says, Queen of Hearts, your heart has been chosen by the divine to be a template for spiritual light, which it is. I knew that. An inner place where grace and healing can dwell. This is very special. A temple is kept clean and pure, scented in sacred perfumes of incense, made beautiful with our feelings of reverence and love for spirit. Keep uncluttered and spacious so that much spiritual presence and possible can enter. And that's what I was just saying. Like, once you clear out that clutter, that lower energy, that's when you can be a universal healer. You become more in tune with yourself and source energy by cleaning out those lower energies. When spirit enters and fills the temple of the heart, things of extraordinary beauty take place. They do. Even the impossible become possible. Clear your heart temple with forgiveness, gratitude, and love for the spirit, so it can fulfill its divine destiny of being a sacred channel for a beautiful divine grace. There's other parts of the card too. I will email it to you later though, okay? So I'm going to go to Dream State, and then I'll do Bear Ritz Living. Which cards for Dream State? All right. Do you have a question, or you just want me to pull a general card for you? No, just pull a general card. I don't know if I'm on delay, so I'm just going to pull a general card, whatever's general, please. Okay. For Dream State, please. Dream State. For highest good. Oops. All right, the first card that I pulled for you was the Yin energy. You can see that right there. me see what else they have to say. The yin energy as tapping into that intuitive side, tapping into the knowing side. The rebirth, I don't read my cards reversed. I only read them upright, but I always explain what the reversal side is, and you will know what fits you. So they're either saying that you are in tune or you're flowing, or they're saying that you need to be more in tune and more flowing. Another thing, a yin in the positive feels those emotions, knows how to transform them. A yin energy not upright feels those emotions and projects them in a very unhealthy way. So taking toxic energy in and spitting toxic energy out at somebody else. So let me see what other cards they have for you. The flexibility card. If you were to read the book on this, it talks about like building stuff on solid roots, which it talks about like a tree being planted into the earth and being planted into solid foundations though, because if you don't plant anything in a solid foundation, it's never going to blossom right, or if it does blossom, it's going to fall over. So, and it's also talks about being flexible with other being, yeah, it talks about grounding too. Like being grounded to me also means like being grounded in the now, not worried about the future, not like, and being flexible with the future, like not having a set way. Like I have so many ideas how my healing business could move forward, but I'm really flexible. Kind of letting the energy, I'm kind of letting this intuitive energy guide me and being really flexible. Like, since I am a Gemini sign, I said earlier that I go after things, and I do. But it's like I knew I wanted to start this kids workshop that I've been working on. I've probably had the thought in my head now for like 8 months. And I knew that it wasn't time to take place yet. Like something intuitively was telling me not yet. And then once I did this 21-day workshop, the healer running the workshop was talking about children's workshop, and that's when I knew, and that's when I felt the push. So now that I felt it, so just be flexible in your goals. Let me see what else they have for you. I'm not feeling like this deck is right. Oh, there it was. Giving gratitude. Gratitude is one of the easiest ways to raise your vibration too for everyone in here. January, if you're looking to raise your vibration. Okay, and then also dream state. I'm pulling for you that one of your blocks right now, I just asked for cards for your highest good. So I got gratitude, I got karma, and I got labels. Let's just say, and I'm going to use my mom. Mom, if you're listening, I love you. And I'm just going to describe something that I did with my mom. I'm going to use grandma. Grandma as a label. Grandma as a label to me is like grandma should babysit. Grandma should do this. Grandma should do that. Grandma should do that. It creates karma. It creates expectations. And it takes away gratitude by like just having a label. And that could be a label to anything. It could be a label to church. It could be a label to people. It could be a label, So really kind of go within and see how labels in itself are changing your life. Like, and it could be spiritual you know, there's all kinds. There's like shamans, there's like Reiki, there's, you know, twin flames. So those labels can kind of take over and control your life and create karma or take away gratitude. So, yeah, so if you want to look into that, and hopefully that's helpful. Okay, so Bare Roots Living. Let's see, Bare Roots. You got Breathe, which is just like a meditation card. Take time to breathe, draw in divine light. Now this was reversed. And I don't use reversal cards. This came out this way. I did pull this earlier, so I don't know if I put it away backwards, if it was meant to be like that. But this is the Chaos and Conflict card. I know what chaos and conflict mean, but I felt like the book had something to tell you, so I was trying to look for my book. Hold on one second. I want to read the protections card for you since it was in reverse. And if anyone wants a good deck of cards, this Wisdom deck by Colette Baron Reed, one of my favorites. I actually lost it, so I bought another deck, but then I found my old deck, but it's so amazing. The book itself has like a general meaning of the oracle, a relationship meaning, a prosperity meaning, and then it breaks down into the protection. So since your card was reversed, that's a meaning to read that card. So it says, this is an adventure moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how this situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of chaos. This moment is very valuable. Don't waste it. And if this was upright, the meaning of it is disarray, being at a crossroads with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. And the relationship message, because I feel it's also in regards to relationship, is stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The insistent need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear, and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a new path for growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened always better than before if you use this time constructively. So I think this card is just telling you, like, in the chaos, try to be the light. Like, yeah, try to breathe through it. Try to be this beautiful light. Okay. Let me pull from the deck, my new deck that I want to make for you, Jackie. Hi, Sue. I'm glad you made it. Sorry my other live feed didn't work. So, barefoot. Jackie. Cards for Jackie. I want Jackie. The first card that we got for you, Jackie, was the wheel, the karmic wheel. You know, that is like ending of a pattern, moving forward. You know, I remember when I had relationships that were really heavy, toxic energy, and the first time that I stood my ground and I refused to ever respond in anger anymore. It took a lot of strength to do that. And it took a lot of divine guidance for me to do that. But then after I did it, it felt amazing. And I'll never go back to the old energy, you know? And it doesn't mean that you don't, just like that card said, it doesn't mean that you don't stand in your power. It doesn't mean that you don't say, you know, this is my boundary. But you don't have to like say it in chaos and conflict. You can just say, I'm no longer going to respond in anger to you, but this is still my boundary. And I know like that person's probably going to still be angry. And then, you know, just try to breathe through it. Try to focus on your own energy. They really want you to do that, to change that karmic wheel, because that's just going to hold you back. And that's what I started to look at people. Like I want to have compassion for people, but then in the same time, it's like I want to stand my ground. But then I know yelling and having that toxic energy is just going to hold you back spiritually. And I don't want anyone to have that power over me. One more for Jackie, and then I'm going to pull one for Monet because I know she's been in here for a while. And then I'll go to you, Aunt Sue, unless it's someone else who's been in here for a while. Authenticity. So this goes back to the same soul alignment. Authenticity, only responding from those higher things that we've talked about. All right. Now I'm going to pull for Monet. Monet, I want to pull from my goddess cards for you because I know you're a goddess. Look at her. Let me see what goddess card they have for you. And Jackie, if you're still on, I will pull a goddess card for you later and send it to you. One for Monet. One for Monet for her highest good. What message you have for Monet? Message you have for Monet for her highest good. One more for Monet and one more for me. Thank you, Jackie. So are you. Hold on, princess. I watched my dog before I came on and know she's scratching. I want to pull, I feel like the first one that you got was Free Spirit. But I just feel like there's a better one. Hold on. There it is. This is the right one. Ooh, I've never saw this one before. It's called Black Diamond. Can you see it? I'll read what's on it. It says, true love is eternal. And these cards are kind of new to me, but let's read what that one means. You have a powerful spiritual journey to take this lifetime. It's not always easy to take this path. However, you are a wisdom bearer. You are one of the precious ones who is not destroyed by dark experiences in life, but is rather able to find wisdom and empowerment through overcoming them. You've done it before, and you will do it again now. As your soul becomes powerful through the pressure she has survived, you'll be able to rise to even greater challenges. But they will feel easier for you than before. And that is so true, Jackie. If you're still on there, they get easier. You have every right to feel bold and joyful about what life holds for you next. The spiritual guidance is Black Diamond is the barrier of powerful spiritual mojo. She shines with dark beauty through the soul that has been able to withstand great intensity and remain intact. With the power to defend you against jealousy, ill wishes, and curses, Black Diamond gives you the power to face your fears. Your soul has been working with Black Diamond, transforming your attitude towards fear, learning how to feel it without being overcome by it. Black Diamond is only available to the old soul who is ready for it. It may take lifetimes to be able to confront her. You have to develop unconditional spiritual trust to do this. Sorry, I'm tearing up. It's beautiful. Only then can you go through the darkness of the unknown and face your fears willingly, with absolute certainty that you will learn something of value to your soul. and knowing that you will find your way out of the light once more. You are strong enough to experience the darkness within you and the world around you without breaking your trust in spirit. Your soul knows that even when we cannot see how, all things ultimately work for good. Black Diamond reminds you that you are an ancient and wise soul with the power to create love even out of darkness. You are made stronger through every experience. The things that once would have caused you pressure will actually become so much easier for you to handle. You are ready for an empowered, beautiful, and precious life journey. So yeah, that's beautiful. And I'll pull some more for you, Monet. I'll pull one from the wisdom and then I'll pull one from the deck that I just made. And thank you. Thanks for the support, you guys. One for Monet. You know, when I was doing the scripts and stuff, that's was like, if I read from a script, it's not gonna like sound like it's coming from my heart. So that's why I think Spirit was like, just throw that away and just believe in yourself, girl. You know. So yeah, you're getting the tribe card. The tribe is just finding their way, finding their people, finding the ones that they can love, and you got loyal hearts. Okay, so this is 35, this is an 8, and this is an 8 too. So 8 is unity, like this king and this queen. This could be talking about unity within self, like I talked about earlier. I don't know if you saw the beginning of my video, but I talked about the Empress and Emperor energy within ourselves. So I feel like this is what I'm getting from this. Like you're just in this tribe and working on. Let me pull from the deck for you, Monet, that I made. Self-love, Monet. I know that you know what self-love is, but I did, when I was writing these cards, the red one to me was positive attributes. So that could just be saying like you know your self-love, that you've done some of the work, like that card says, the Black Diamond. One more from Monet. Then I got purity. So you got beautiful cards, Monet. Beautiful, beautiful. And like when I was pulling this last one for you, I just felt like that soul feeling that I was telling you about that I feel in here. And I just wanted to breathe it out like, so it's like maybe just sharing this purity, like sharing yourself, you know, find your tribe, share yourself, self-love and purity. Those are all beautiful. So, all right. So I know that Ellen's been here for a while, and I know my Aunt Sue jumped on later. So Aunt Sue, don't mind, I'm going to pull for Ellen first. You're welcome. Thanks for coming. I love you. Okay, pull for Ellen. What deck? Hold on. I got to get a different deck. All right, at least they weren't far. This be for Ellen. This can be for Ellen. So this deck I specially ordered. I supported someone who was trying to create a deck. She's from Australia. But the deck that I'm going to pull from you is called The Divine Feminine Masculine Reunited. It is by Christabel. I don't know if you ever watched her on YouTube, but it's Christabel Jessica. Cards are kind of expensive to even ship them here, but I used to watch her on YouTube like 3 years ago, and she just helped me through my journey. So when she told me she had this deck coming out, it's like, I don't care if I got to spend $45. I'm going to support her. So let me get a card for Ellen. And she has a new deck that's going to be coming out hopefully soon, but it's going to be on like Amazon and everywhere. It'll be easier to get. Openness. It's just like the openness to share oneself and lovingness and openness to all. It's like that black diamond that I pull for Monet, but in a different way. It's just like being open to experience it all and like knowing that through the dark you will get to the light. All right. You got the God of Action. You got Thor. And then this came like flying out at me. And this one was just, here, I'm going to like throw it back in the deck so you can see how it was. This one was like sticking out like this, just a little bit. See how it's like kind of crooked? So, and the card that is the shadow aspect. So I'm thinking that, I don't know, maybe there's still like a little bit of shadow that you have left. I mean, I think we always will have something left to, but I think it might be in regard to this Thor. So let me read you Thor and see if I can get some clarification on, because they came out together. It is I, Thor. I have come to you today. Let me get that so you can see it. It is I, Thor. I've come here to you today to assist you in learning how to become a being of action. The masculine is initially aligned with making things happen on the physical plane. And each person holds the feminine and masculine energy within. The feminine in this time in particular is learning the lessons of practicing putting dreams into action. Ideas are nothing without taking actions. Dreams remain dreams without taking charge of the situation and doing things to make them become a reality. Do not wait for the universe to come sweeping in and magically present you with the fruits of your goals. Use that beautiful intuition that you possess so strongly and let it guide you to take the steps that will reordinate you in the direction of the future of your dreams. Once you firmly make the required decisions with conviction and start taking the first steps towards the creation of your goal, the universe will be able to answer your call and provide you with the means to achieve it all. Use the image of this card. That's what I was trying to show you. Use the image of this card as an example of this. See the energy coming off of his, they said, I don't know how to say this, MJOLNIR. Consider the vibrational echoes being created by his exertion. These vibrational echoes are received by the universe earnestly and willingly. Always remember that you are part of the universe, and if you want to succeed, know that the universe wants to succeed with you too. So, let me see what they got for the wisdom. I mean, I know that you have amazing energy, and I know that you share it. So I don't know if there's something else that they want you to take action on. Treasure Island. This is just about your treasure going after what you want to build again. Like he has it on his back and he's like going places to get there. He's, putting it in action. And that Thor card talked about this energy too. Being intuitive, but then taking action. Let me see if I can get one more clarity for you. Okay, the cards are coming out slow, which could mean like even if you want something to build, and I think we all know that it can take a while to build. The first card that came out was having faith, like it talked about, just knowing. Not giving me another card. There it is. Doubts and insecurities. So maybe go through like what I said earlier. Tap into those emotions. Anytime that you're feeling like a lower emotion, ask yourself what it is, write it down. Like, say I'm having fear, write down fear, write down what's triggering it, and then try to go back to the childhood of what's causing it. So maybe just try to pay attention through your day, like where you're having doubts and fears and insecurities, or if you are, just have faith that it's all going to work out. After this, I'm going to pull another one from the Divine Masculine Feminine cards, but I'll send it to you on Facebook. Okay, so now I'm going to pull for my Aunt Sue. And if anyone else is here who wants a card, just let me know. All right, the first one I got for you, Aunt Sue, is the Fate card. The Fate card, I don't know if it's easy to see on here. So you can see she has like dreams or goals. She has like how she thinks things should picture, and it's a string. It's hard to see here, but the string's like broken in half. So it's like she's trying to piece it together in a certain way. So it's like if I have a relationship and I want it to work out, if I like have this dream job and I want it to work out, or it's like trying to control the fate. So maybe like really try to tap into your energy this next week and try to ask yourself, like, even if you're trying to over control in the small way, like one example I always give, and I don't know if you've heard it because I use it a lot, is I used to tell my kids to put the spoons in the dishwasher a certain way and the forks in the dishwasher a certain way. Like I was trying to over control things in a way. So I think they really want you to try to tap in this week and see like when you're doing that, because it's creating like a karmic pattern in yourself. And once you release that, it's going to open you up to new perspectives and new light in yourself. Okay. You're welcome. Hold on. I'm trying to pull some more for you, Aunt Sue. I don't know if you caught what I explained about this. I just took an old deck of cards and I like have an idea of cards that I would want to create. So I wrote on the back of them things that I want to, like the cards I want to create. To like write down what the book meaning would be and figure out how I would make money to do that. Judgment was the first one. We pass judgment every day. I know like the Bible says thou shalt not judge. But I think when you're living in like a human, like living a, like your soul is in a body, like I judged the, I actually judged the pillow. I judged the things on the wall. Like it's hard not to look at something and see it. I think like coming to polarity and judgment is really important, which I think I explained at my workshop that you went to. Like you can look at the sun and say it's beautiful, but you also know the sun causes cancer. Like there is polarity and judgment in everything. What else do you have for my aunt? I'm trying to think, Aunt Sue. Hold on. I'm going to ask them to clarify the fate card for you. Oops. All right, so I asked them to clarify the fate card and like trying to make something and creating that round by round. I don't know if this, I don't know. It says dreams coming true and stand your ground. You know, so I always go back to like love relationships because it's easy for me to describe these cards in love relationships. So fate, trying to make something work that's really, you might be seeing something that's not meant to work. So even if it's a job, even if it's a friendship, even if it's something, there's some pattern creating a round by round for you because you have this dream that you want to come true, but really it's like using judgment, breaking the pattern, and standing your ground. And then trying to figure out like why do these patterns keep creating in my life? Like I had one with relationships, and I was inviting toxic people into my life because I didn't have self-value, self-worth, discernment issues. So it's like try to see what these cards mean to you. And I feel like it all comes back to this fate card. So if you want me to send you the book on this page, I can. And I should be writing down what I'm sending people. All right. Does anyone else want any cards? If not, I'm going to sign off for today. And I want to thank you everyone for coming. And if you want to like, share, subscribe, I would appreciate that. And if you want to give me tips on what I could change or anything that you would like to see, then let me know too. I'm going to wait a minute because I think the chat's kind of delayed. I'd like to thank everyone who stayed the whole time. You're welcome. Hopefully it helps. Thank you to everyone. I saw a lot of people thanking me, so thank you. Okay, so I need to send you that book. Thank you. And if you're curious what my cards were, I took the 20 common blocks that I see in healings, and I put all those on here, like one's perspectives, one's communication, karma, doubt, security, shame, abandonment, like I go through them all. And then I put 20 positive attributes like selfhood, optimism, passion, balance. And then I put a divine, feminine, masculine in reverse, and them in upright. So that would be a 44 deck cards. So hopefully in time I'll have time to actually make one and find a way to support it. So thank you everyone for coming. I love you. Bye. And I appreciate you guys too.